So what would that look like? Say, just like a random squat Saturday. Did you kind of have an idea of what you wanted to do ahead of time? Or did you really like wait until you were in the gym, feel how warm-ups went, and take that as, I'm feeling really good today, I'm going to push it really hard, or I'm feeling pretty rough today, I'm going to back off and go either a little lower weight for higher reps, or just do less volume in general? How did that breakdown look?
I did that on deadlifts.
Okay.
I end up deadlifting only once a month.
Yeah. And that's going to be crazy for people to hear. Once a month deadlifting, when you've got some people I see trying to work in 2 deadlift sessions a week.
No.
And it's crazy. And that's what you guys have heard Curtis on this podcast. If you haven't checked out that episode, go back. It's a few episodes back and listen to him, because he is a phenomenal resource in this area. But
Yeah, he is.
he talks about that all the time. He says deadlift is the hardest lift to recover from.
Yeah.
And I think it's absolutely true. I don't know exactly why. I assume it's because it just requires so much, or it causes so much CNS exhaustion.
Yeah.
It requires so much muscle and fiber incorporation from literally your entire body. But he says, most people, like, taking 3 weeks off deadlift before comp is huge for most people. That's what I did.
Yeah.
And I was deadlifting better at comp than I did literally the entire prep.
I took off probably a little longer than I should have, but it was 5 weeks between my last 2 heaviest deads.
Mm-hmm.
And I deadlifted 40 pounds more than I ever have. 30 pounds more.
Yeah.
30 pounds more.
That's wild.
672 to 701.
That's crazy. And you crossed that 700 barrier for deadlift, which is something.
Yeah.
How many years have you been working toward that?
2.
2?
At least 2 solid.
Yeah. And that had to feel unbelievable to do that.
It felt like nothing.
Yeah. You pulled it.
Crazy.
You pulled it easier than I think I've ever seen you pull 672.
Yeah.
And I think you pulled it way easier than, because you had some 685 attempts in the past, right?
Yeah, 683, yeah.
And so it looked so much easier than that.
Yeah, because I tried 683 in October,
Mm-hmm.
and then 5 weeks later, I was like, I should probably deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
And I told myself, if I do not load 701, I'm doing myself injustice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I knew I have to push it. Like, I'm not even going to try 683. I'm going to go 661 to 701.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're going to try that jump and just see what happens. I'll either fail it or not. Either way, I loaded the bar.
Yeah, and deadlift is one of those unique lifts. And I think it marginally applies for squat and bench as well. But especially on deadlift, I feel like even a missed rep is still productive work.
Right.
Because you're forcing your body into the situation where it has to exert maximal effort in this movement. And say you only get halfway up, you only get to your knees. Well, that's not work lost. You're still building strength from that. Like, yeah, you may not have been able to complete the lift,
Right.
but you're still building strength just from the effort you put out in getting where you can with it. And I think it helps with CNS training as well.
Yeah.
That was such a huge piece for me in this past prep. CNS training, especially with the squat, was just teaching your body how to, and that it can manage those weights that feel like they're just absolutely going to crush you.
Yeah.
I think it's a very, very powerful thing to practice.
Then with squats, I always push those. I always push squats for me personally, because I know.
And it's your best movement too.
Yeah. I'm very efficient at it.
Yeah.
And I know that I can get away with loading that heavier more frequently than I can any other lift.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right now.
Yeah.
I just I'll be able to recover from it.
Mm-hmm.
Like deadlifts, trying to pull maximal every 2 weeks, it does not work.
Yeah.
For me. Like,
Yeah.
it just does not. But I can do that with squats.
Mm-hmm.
I can get away with that. But I also know that I can take 4 or 5 weeks and also load it, what's that word? Oh,
Like progressive overload.
Progressive overload every week for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then back down for a week and then go up.
Yeah.
I know I can get away with that, so that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I had to. Like, I took my calculator. Okay, I need to hit 690 for a single, but I need to do it in 5 reps.
Mm-hmm.
So what weight? I did my calculator to see what weight I need to hit to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty accurate,
Mm-hmm. Just like as far as the step up you're taking to get to that 6. Because that's one thing I think a lot of people don't realize. When you get to be the level of strength you are, and your max efforts start crossing the 700 line on squat and dead especially, and probably like 400 on the bench, it takes a lot of work just to get up to that weight, because
takes a lot.
for people who don't power lift, we don't just like warm up with a plate and then all of a sudden throw 700 pounds on the bar. Like, you've got to slowly kind of step up there, and it's a whole strategy that comes into place.
Like,
of
what jumps you guys
what jumps do you make? Like, because it takes energy to get up there, and you don't want to do so many reps getting up there that you exhaust yourself and you can't make the lift, but at the same time you want to still be able to stair step yourself up there so that you kind of build up to that maximal weight. Exactly. So you had like kind of a calculated approach for that? Yeah. How'd that, we're using like an application, or how'd all that work?
It was an app. Just put in your top weight.
Okay. What's it called? Yeah, pull it up. We'll put it on the show notes for people.
Let's see. Load the bar.
It's called Load the Bar. Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
And so you can tell it like, hey, I want to squat 690 today.
Yeah.
And it tells you what jumps to take.
325 is 716. We did 300. We did 330 kilos.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So now it has a warm up in the top right. And I type in 330 kilos. It gives you a general idea of what warm ups to do. Okay,
so it's saying like start with the bar essentially, then go to 176, 286, 396, 507, 595, 669, 720. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what we did.
That's pretty much almost exactly,
Yeah, and that's kind of a smart plan too. So if you guys are interested in checking that application, that's called Load the Bar. Check it out on an app store. Not sponsored or affiliated. It's just a cool tool to help people.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's just a cool tool to help people, and those are the things that are so cool to like bring in leverage and help you figure out those things you need to do. So, talking about this idea of really knowing.